Hello, and welcome to the Sigi Reinier Show. Today, we're going to talk about the Sam F. Davis Stakes at Tampa Bay. It's on Saturday, and they will go a mile and 1/16th, and there are 8 horses in the field. And Independence Hall is undefeated, of course. He's 3 for 3. He won the Nashua Stakes by 12 lengths with a 122 on Timeform US, and I'm sure his Beyer speed figure was pretty big too, but he went a bit down in the Jerome Stakes to a 102. He only won by 4 lengths over a weak field. He's my second choice. How do you feel about Independence Hall?
Yes, Independence Hall is my first choice. I think he's going to win this race. This is his race to win. He's unbeaten in 3 starts, and in his last race, maybe he didn't look so impressive, but he really broke really slow last time out. And if he breaks well, I think he's going to win, since the distance is not an issue. The race is just over a mile and 1/16th. That is okay for him.
How do you explain the slow speed figure in the Jerome Stakes?
According to Business, it was 94. He was a regression compared to the Nashua. He broke slow, and I think there is the difference.
Let's talk about Premier Star. He's 3-1 on the morning line. He's trained by George Navarro, and he's coming off a win at Gulfstream Park in an optional claimer. He won by 5 lengths. He also broke his maiden at Gulfstream, and he beat a nice horse in Caracaro, but I don't know if he beat anything in the optional claimer, because I don't think anything of Americanos and Peruvian Boy, but he still won nicely. How do you feel about Premier Star?
Premier Star beat Caracaro in his debut, but maybe Caracaro was a bit short in that race. I really think Caracaro is a better horse than Premier Star. In his second race, he won by 5 lengths against, I think he beat nothing in that race. And also, my opinion is that this horse is better in one-turn races. It is too early to make an opinion about that, but I just watched his races and I think he would be better over one-turn. It's by Tapitur, but his dam line, no, his dam is by Hold That Tiger. There is not a lot of stats about Hold That Tiger as a dam sire. We also know that Hold That Tiger is the sire of the mighty sprinter Smiling Tiger. Do you remember him?
No, I don't. Tell us about him.
Smiling Tiger. Yes, Smiling Tiger.
Oh yeah, I remember. I should remember him. He was a Californian. I agree that it's hard to tell whether he can route or not. He has 2 7 furlong races, and he did win both of them. But I just don't know if he could route. He's my third choice. He could win. It won't surprise me if he wins, but I have no confidence if he can get 2 turns or not.
I just think he's going to try to win this race, gate to wire. He's the horse with more early speed to me in this race.
Let's move on to Ajaweed, who finished second in the Remsen Stakes. And I actually thought he ran a strong race. There was a slow pace, and there was a speed bias racetrack at Aqueduct. But he closed the gap to half a length behind Shotsky. My concern with Ajaweed is that maybe he prefers 9 furlongs, and this is only a mile and 1/16th. So I'm concerned that he wants the longer distance. Is that how you feel?
And I am agree with you with the distance. I think he's more a 9 furlong horse. And also the race when he failed, it was a grade 1 race. In that race he faced, I think, more talented horses than this field. He faced Maxfield, Governor Morris, Enforceable. That was a very strong field. And then in the Racing, I think the field was a bit weaker. I don't know if the horse improved or he just faced a weaker field, and that's all.
Well, we saw that Shotsky finished second in the Wither Stakes. Do you give him any credit for that?
Probably it's okay, but I don't see Chotsky as a Kentucky Derby contender.
Let's talk about my choice, Chapalu. He won. He won the Gray Stakes at Woodbine back in October, and he also broke his maiden over turf at Keeneland. And I think both of his races were pretty strong from a turf and synthetic standpoint. Of course, the question is whether he can transfer it to dirt. I'm going to pick him because I feel like no one else will pick him because I think the turf and synthetic races will scare him away. I think his running style is good for dirt. He has some speed. What do you think?
By Flatter, but his dam is by Black Mina Luge. But it's really weird to see Black Mina Luge this time on the pedigree. Black Mina Luge, if I remember, it was a turf horse by Stormcat. Yeah, I think this horse would be better on turf. So I'm not picking Chapalu this time. I'm talking about turf horses, and my second choice, it seems, is a turf horse. Volante is by Caraconti. Caraconti won the Breeders' Cup Mile a few years ago, and his dam is by King Mambo. He won two races at Gulfstream on turf, and then he tried the dirt for first time in the Mucho Macho Man Stakes and was third to length behind Chance It and As Seen on TV. But the horse really finished strong.
I have a different view on the race. I felt that he had no excuse not to catch up with as seen on TV and chance it. There was nothing in his way, and he had a good face to run into, and he just kind of flattened out in the stretch.
I think Chance It and As Seen on TV are really good horses. So they just didn't stop. I don't have the tracks here, but visually I think Sol Volante ran strong, and in the gallop out, he really, I don't know if he passed the horses, but he finished really strong.
How often does Karakontai get dirt winners?
Caraconti,
Yeah, I can't pronounce it.
I think it's zero. I don't know yet, but they are mostly turf horses. But
I have Sol Volante like as an underneath horse, maybe third. He can finish third.
and another thing is, it's really weird that he has been training on turf. If you see on January 20, he recorded 7 furlongs in 122 on turf.
Yeah,
Then
I watched a
and
couple of
his
his
last
workouts.
yes, and his last workout was a bullet, also on turf.
He
No,
does have
so
two dirt workouts in there on January 27 and January 15.
yes, it seems that he has one workout on dirt, then one on turf, one on dirt, one on turf. I really like the horse. If there is a speed duel that could be between Independence Hall and Premier Star, then the horse has a chance.
All right, like I said, I'm going with Chapalu on top if he's a good price, and Independence Hall is my second choice, and third choice will be Aja Weed, and maybe Sol Volante can finish somewhere in the mix.
Okay. My first choice is Independence Hall, the favorite. My second choice is Sole Volante. I'm not sure he can win this race, but I would like to play him in an exacta, maybe for second. And third place is for Ajawit.
What is your play?
My play, I don't. There is no. I think there is no value in this play, but I like Independence Hall on top and Sol Volante and Ajawit underneath. If I want to add another horse, it would be this one, Albert Park.
Interesting choice. I'll just do a simple win bet on Chapalu, and we'll see what happens.
Okay.
That's the episode for today. Sorry for the poor quality. I'm sure something will be wrong with the video. Be sure to donate, and maybe we can get better equipment.
Okay. See you next week.
All right. See you next week.